to Goat Island. I'm your host, the Big Ka Huzzi, and this is your weekly sports. And we don't watch, we ride for our teams, always back the boys. From Anfield to August, the defense of the Premier League crown begins soon, and the international scene is as quiet as Messi when Ronaldo walks in the room. So, the Stormers have been MIA under the Cape Sun, but the countdown is on. 26th of September, the URC returns with the Stormers facing the current champs, Leinster, and it's happening at DHL Stadium in the best city on earth, Cape Town. And for international rugby, the boys did it again. Both Springboks and All Blacks went undefeated this July. Prediction count for July being a 3-for-3. And the Rugby Championship returns August 16th. Undefeated in July, that's how you back the boys. Gloves on, mics hot, fighters ready. Now check the scorecard from July's predictions. Okay, bet. First off, UFC Fight Night, Whittaker versus Derrida this past weekend. Unfortunately, the predicted Movzar versus Aaron Pico fight didn't happen as Movzar pulled out. But in the main event, we predicted Whittaker with TKO within 2 rounds, but Derrida won by decision. Reaper's losing it. Bobby Knuckles just isn't the same. And our pay-per-view of the month main card predictions was for UFC 318. And on the main card, we said that in the Michael Johnson versus Daniel Zellhuber fight, Zellhuber would win, and we got it wrong. Next, the Paulo Costa versus Roman Kopylov fight, we predicted Costa wins, and we got that right. Next, Atebe Gautier versus Robert Valentin. Doesn't matter because the fight got cancelled. And Dan Eager versus Patricio Pitbull. We predicted that Pitbull would win, and he got it done. Even though by decision, still the W. And in the main event, Max Holloway versus Dustin Poirier in the Diamonds' last fight for the BMF title. At lightweight, we predicted Poirier by TKO in 3 rounds, and Max won by decision and still reigns as BMF. So, July prediction count, out of the 7 fights we predicted, only 5 of them happened, and we only got 2 of them right. And we're checking the phone book because what's Hunter's number? And this is the end of us making welterweight great again. So let's give the part 2 of our ultimate welterweight matchmaking plan. Just to quick recap, part 1 was the gatekeeper fight at this division, in which we said Sean Brady versus Bilal Muhammad. And the title match call was JDM versus Shavkat for the undisputed belt. So part 2 is the number 1 contender fight we would make, and then the 3 fun fights that all of this overall plan can set up. So for the number 1 title contender fight, we would have it with Islam versus Ilya for the interim title shortly after Jack versus Shavkat. And the winner of the interim title obviously then fights the undisputed champion. 3 fun fights that this plan sets up. Number 1, Kamaru Usman versus Islam Makhachev for the welterweight title. 2 friends. And it would set up one of the GOATs at welterweight versus a 2-division champion. GOAT sells out, easy, hyped. The second fight this could possibly set up would be Ilia Topuria versus Shavkat for the welterweight title. Striker versus the region that's been dominating. Ilia doing what McGregor could never do. And the third possible fight this could set up is Kamaru Usman versus Bilal Muhammad for the number 1 contender fight. Real beef, never met in the octagon, same manager, drama guaranteed. And next month, our topic, big boy problems. Reviving the UFC heavyweight division post John Jones retirement, unretirement, Dana denial drama. Next month, we're fixing the mess John Jones made at heavyweight. Guess this is what Uncle Dana feels like every time Bones gets on Twitter. Now, normally we don't do if, buts, or maybes, but this is UFC history and we gotta check the facts. Khabib the Eagle waited patiently, hunting the title until he soared high and claimed his prey with no turning back. And we're closing out our theme of this month with The Eagle Flies High. This week's What If? What if Khabib never jumped the cage? After beating McGregor, Khabib jumped the cage to attack his team, but what if he stayed composed? He would have gotten that epic belt ceremony with Dana handing him the belt and Khabib silencing doubters with fingers to his lips. But maybe fewer casual fans would know him. That cage jump made Khabib a household name beyond the fight. Sometimes legacy isn't just the fight, it's the moments after. And next month in August, Amanda the GOAT. Amanda Nunes' dominant reign from late 2018 when she captured her second belt to early 2021. Becoming the greatest woman of all time with 2 belts defended in 2 weight classes. Now, shoot first, shoot often. This is just heat. Time to check in with how well we called the draws this past month. And we predicted Saturday night's main event in Atlanta. Now, only 3 of the matches that we predicted actually happened. And we had for Randy Orton versus Drew McIntyre, predicted Drew winning clean. Reality, Orton won, helped by Jelly Roll. Then for LA Knight versus Seth freaking Rollins, we predicted Seth wins via interference. Reality, LA Knight won because Seth injured his knee mid-match. And of course the big one, Gunther versus Goldberg for the World Heavyweight title. We predicted Gunther with a clean win and Gunther won. No funny business. July prediction count, 1 out of 3 correct only. In wrestling, the biggest upsets come from the smallest interferences. And although it seems for July our calls got disconnected, we're calling the draw again. right now, because SummerSlam is this week, damn it. And the 5 matches we've got going. First, in tag team action on night 1, Roman Reigns and Jey Uso versus Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed. And I'll call Tribal Yay to win clean. No way they brought the OTC back to lose. Next, on night 1, another tag team match. Randy Orton and Jelly Roll versus Drew McIntyre and Logan Paul. And I'll call Drew and Logan win clean. Reason? Jelly Roll can't keep messing with full-time wrestlers. Drew needs momentum, and the meme potential for the team between him and Logan Paul is peak. Then, the championship match of night 1, Gunther versus CM Punk for the World Heavyweight title. And our call is Gunther retains with Seth or Seth's goons interfering. Reason why? Punk winning would be great, yeah, but now, nah. Seth hates Punk, and injury means that if he can't interfere, maybe the goons will step in. But we don't think Seth is going to cash in this match. And on night 2, the women's championship match that we're calling is the women's WWE title triple threat match between Naomi, Io Sky, and Rhea Bloody Ripley. And I'll call Rhea Ripley to get the gold. Why? Because Rhea is the top draw. Naomi's reign served its purpose, and with Jade Cargill looming around the title against Tiffany Stratton on night 1, you could see Naomi right back in the title picture. But we got to get that gold back on Rhea's waist, because mommy's always on top. And the last match of SummerSlam on night 2, the undisputed WWE title match between John Cena and Cody Rhodes, Street Fight Rules. And I'll call Cody Rhodes wins with interference. And new. Reason? There's a double turn setup looming, Cody's heel turn brewing, and the final boss, The Rock storyline tease, Street Fight Chaos. Now, everyone talks about Mount Rushmore this and top 5 that, but who's the GOAT? This week's theme is Crew Love, referring to WWE factions from the 90s to now. And this week's best of is best main roster debut. And I'll go pick The Shield. Debuted Survivor Series, immediately involved in WWE Triple Threat with CM Punk and John Cena. The 3-headed dragon, Seth Rollins, the workhorse, Dean Ambrose, aka John Moxley, now AEW star, and Roman Reigns, the tribal chief. They set a new standard for faction domination and chemistry. When it comes to WWE factions debuting on the main roster from the 90s until now, who's the GOAT? The Shield. Period. And listen, this is the final week of July, so just like last month, we have to revisit the theme of Here Comes the Money. The WWE X TKO era, and the category of the week, Best heel turn. And the GOAT pick, John Cena's heel turn at Elimination Chamber 2025. Simple. Biggest heel turn since Hogan's NWO days. RIP Hogan. Hulkamania is immortal, brother. But back to the GOAT pick. Surprised everyone who thought that Cena did it for The Rock. Led to Cena's record never before 17th WWE Championship at WrestleMania 41. Best heel turn of the TKO era. John Cena's heel turn. The game changer. And look, the Shield debuted like a storm and Cena turned like a thunderclap. Train like a legend, eat like a menace, sleep like a king, and why? 40G, baby, for the gains. This week, we're crashing, but not out. It's all about rest and recovery for max muscle growth. And the practical tip for rest this month, sleep at least 6 hours to let your body repair and growth. Rest is gains, even when it feels lazy. And one recovery tip, eat protein immediately or at least within an hour post-workout to fuel muscle repair and maximize gain. Remember, we're crashing, but not out. Rest is part of the cycle, not a sign of quitting. And we have to reopen the book of Himalations since it's the last Monday of the month. And we've got your next 2 verses to get you through August. So, chapter 1, verse 3. Rome wasn't built in a day, you impatient bitch. No more whining. Greatness takes time. You want to build a village in Africa? Or a body that reminds you of the fucking Roman Empire? Stop bitching. And in chapter 1, verse 4, let's fucking go. No buts, no ifs. Be hyped, be grateful, and attack every session like it's your last. No more excuses. Mindsets build mountains, and Himalations move them. That's a wrap for this week's sports drop, and you should probably, like and subscribe. And if you have any thoughts, drop a comment. And from Goat Island, this is the Big Ka Huzzi. Check you again.